This is Steve Schrader from Miller City, New Cleveland Elementary, and this is News 6. How does a modern egg farm operate? Our reporter Lori Brown is here with a story on the Liebrecht farm.
Can you imagine handling 500 dozen eggs every day? This is exactly what the Norm Liebrecht family does. They have 2 coops which house 68,000 laying hens. The chickens are housed in wire cages, 7 hens per cage. They are arranged in 5 rows with 4 decks each. Altogether they have 9,570 cages. These buildings arrived by boat from Germany. They came in a big box on a semi-truck. It was up to the Liebrecht family and the relatives to put all the pieces together. It was like putting a big jigsaw puzzle together because each piece had a place where it fit. As in most modern poultry operations, the hens of the Liebrecht farm are fed and watered automatically. The chickens consume 7 3/4 tons of feed and more than 3,700 gallons of water each day. The egg handling system, however, is a bit more unusual. When the eggs roll out of the cages, they nestle into a conveyor system that's filled with a 3-inch layer of dark brown buckwheat hulls. These hulls prevent a lot of breakage. The hens lay on an average of 60,000 eggs a day. These eggs never touch a human hand until they're put in the frying pan. After the eggs are put into the flats, the chores aren't finished because then it's time to locate dead hens and remove them from their cages. On an average, they lose 12 to 15 hens each day. With all of these hens, it is critical that the ventilation system is working at all times. In really hot weather, the birds could start dying in 15 minutes if the power were to go off. In cooler weather, it wouldn't be quite so critical, but they couldn't go much longer than 45 minutes without suffocating. The Liebrechts have insulated a phone system that dials their home phone number whenever the power goes off. This way, they can get the system hooked up to the generator right away. In case they are not home, the system is programmed to dial Mr. Liebrecht's father or his brother's home.
Our school newspaper is published every month. Here with a story about what it takes to put out a paper every month is our reporter Donna Neese.
The elementary students at Miller City, New Cleveland School are proud to announce the birth of 6 to 8 page paper. This year, the 6th graders, along with a few 5th graders, are producing a newspaper that is sent monthly to local residents. The staff writes, edits, and draws the entire paper. As we write our articles throughout the year, our goal is to include all of the children's names. Every month, the staff selects employees of the month. Sports news, school news, and information concerning a variety of issues are also featured in our newspaper.
And we number them so that we can know what line they go on, and we send them in so they can put in the paper.
Some of our reporters here are Steve and Carol. Steve will tell us something about how he goes about his job.
First, we look at the papers and we check see who did good in their classes.
Steve, would you explain a little bit about our checklist that we keep for each class?
Our checklist has the names of the kids in the school. Every time we use their name in an issue, we check off their name. We try to use every kid's name out of the whole school in the issue of the year.
Sports we put in our newspapers, mainly sports that we have done in gym class. We hold tournaments each year, such as a volleyball tournament, basketball tournament, and free throw contest.
What is involved with turning a tree into lumber and other wood products? Our reporter Ted Burgai visited a nearby sawmill to investigate. Do you know how a tree becomes usable lumber for furniture? We found out when we visited the Wagner sawmill. It all begins when they go out to the woods and select their trees. Some trees are more valuable than others in the use of furniture. After the selections are made, these trees are cut down and the logs are hoisted on a truck and brought to the mill. The logs are put in a debarker machine which removes the bark, the stones and the mud from the logs. This is performed so that the log can be sawed with greater ease. After the log is debarked, it's ready to be sawed up into lumber. The They cut out the good lumber and the remaining pieces are considered scrap. These pieces are not thrown away, however. They go down a chute which leads into a chipping machine. The chipper chips up the scraps and blows it up into a semi-truck that takes it to Norwalk, Ohio. Here the chips are made into shingles. The small logs are cut up into firewood to be sold for fireplace use. Most of their lumber goes to Cary and Toledo, Ohio, for custom sawing and furniture making. A program has begun in our area to take the message of crime prevention to the schools. Here with that story is our reporter Don Smith.
Why did you come up with Crimebug theme?
Probably because no one else has addressed the children in our county before. And we wanted something to take into the classrooms, into the schools with us, so that we could get the children's attention.
Why is crime prevention so important, and especially in our schools and homes?
The best answer to that is probably summed up in one of the other television programs that we appeared on, and that was Kids Are People Too. We want children to understand that they have the responsibility for preventing crime as well as the adult people.
Do you think that possibly someday Crimebug may be a national symbol for crime prevention, as Smokey the Bear for fire prevention and Hootie the Owl for pollution prevention?
We would certainly like to think that he will sometime be that famous. Our main purpose really is, though, to get to as many of the children in this county so that each one of your classmates and you can meet the Crimebug and talk to him. Eventually, yes, I think Crimebug will probably become nationally known, but we have lots of time for that.
Has Crimebug been widely accepted in our Putnam County and other surrounding counties?
I'm going to let Crimebug answer that one.
Definitely yes. Everywhere we go, the response is terrific. From the time I was hatched, people have really been great to us.
Where has Crimebug appeared?
Last summer, we appeared at 7 county fairs around the state, 4 days at the state fair, 13 days in Putnam County, and several schools outside of Putnam County. We have also appeared at state and international crime prevention conferences, and next week we are going to Columbus to receive an award for Crime Prevention Project of the Year from the state of Ohio.
Thanks, Crimebug.
This has been Crimebug with Don Schmank from New Cleveland School for News 6.
Thanks for watching News 6. I'm Steve Schrader from Miller City, New Cleveland. The next News 6 will feature St. Mary's Defiance.